here talking with MMAWeekly.com. Eric Fontanez, thanks for talking with us today, Gil. I just want to, get your impressions real quick on this fight itself against Jorge Masvidal. What kind of problems do you think you're going to run into with him?
Hopefully none. Hopefully no problems. But yeah, he's definitely a very talented fighter. He has a very good reach. He uses it well. Has a very good jab. Throws some really good straight punches. Knows how to get back to his feet. Knows how to use the cage really well. He's a tricky, has some good tricks, and he has a takedown here and there. He's become a well-rounded mixed martial artist, you know what I mean? So he definitely poses some threats, and it should be a really good challenge for him.
Yeah, you talk about how big of a challenge he is and how good he is, but you're also critical of him a little bit during the press conference. What do you think of his reaction to that? Do you think he just let it go over to his head?
When he's talking, when I talk about Rodrigo Dam, and he's like, I really won that fight, I knocked him down, this and that. I'm like, it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's about more so your performance. I thought someone like Rodrigo Dam, I'd see him just laying hands on him and taking it to him and finishing him off real quick. That's all I meant. And I think he's an amazing fighter. Just like again, he takes fights on 3 weeks' notice. You know what I mean? Sometimes like that, that'll hurt you getting ranked up higher because you're not as prepared. So that's what I mean by inconsistent. But I think he's definitely a top level fighter now.
Right. Now, speaking of rankings, Scott Coker saying you're the best lightweight in the world, bottom line. Now, this just comes after Dana White saying that Frankie Edgar is number 2 pound for pound, just behind Anderson Silva. It seems like these guys aren't seeing eye to eye on the rankings. What do you think of it?
Hey, man, it's debatable. It's definitely debatable. But I was number 1 45 pounder in the world a long time ago, before a lot of people even knew about it. And I went up to 55s, and I've become top 3 in the world there, debatably number 1. I'm up there pound for pound as well, and Frankie's very well deserving of being a pound for pound guy. But until he goes to 145 pounds and takes care of business, then I don't know how he's going to be a pound for pound. I've done it in 2 weight classes. I'm on my 2nd weight class, and if things go well here, maybe I'll go to 170s.
Is that a realistic future for you? Go to 170?
Yeah, why not? I could fight 170 pounders. I think I could beat some guys out there, but definitely plenty of challenges at 155s right now. But I mean, yeah, why not a goal in the long term to be, one of the best in the world and go 3 weight classes? Why not? I mean, I'm not trying to be arrogant. It's just it's a dream. I'm allowed to dream a little bit, and I'm allowed to work for it. So that's what I mean by that.
So do you think you legitimately outrank Frankie Edgar at this point?
Again, it's debatable. You know what I mean? But
from your perspective,
from my perspective, I've been in sport for a long time, and I feel like not just on the win-loss, but how your performances are. You know what I mean? How you win. Or if you lost, how bad did you lose? Did you really win the fight? You know what I mean? Or when you win, were you getting your butt kicked and then win? I mean, there's a lot of things to look at, not just the win-loss thing. I've been around the sport for a long time. I've been fighting for a lot of years. I think I am the number 1, but I'm sick of saying it. I just want to prove it. You know what I mean? And I'm sick of saying it. I really am. I don't want to say it no more. I just want to prove it. But Frankie's amazing, dude. If someone else says Frankie's number 1 and Gilbert, you're crazy, then I got no room to debate.
Well, you're one of the few guys in the world outside of the UFC that's considered, at least in the top 3 in your respective weight class. What does that mean to you to be, that highly regarded and not even fight in the UFC, which is, regarded as the best organization?
I'm proud of myself. I've come a long way without, the power of Zuffa behind me. And now that I have the marketing machine of Zuffa and the approval of them, it's things have gone skyrocketed for me as well. But it's great. I mean, I think I fought in pride. It's fun traveling to Japan and fighting. It's fun traveling to Hawaii and proving it and getting booed and fighting in front of 50,000 people. It's been an amazing experience. So I'm proud of the fact that I have been able to prove that I'm top 3 in the world, top 10 in the world, top 5 in the world outside the UFC. It's been cool.
So you said you wanted to fight for the UFC belt in the past. Is that something that's realistically still on your mind, even going into a fight like this?
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal at the end of the day, is to be number 1 in the world. I mean, the long-term goal, number 1 in the world. The only way you're going to be number 1 in this, in this game completely, undoubtedly, is if you have that. You're fighting on that big stage and you have that UFC crown. I have beat the Dream Champ, I beat the Strikeforce Champ, I beat every other thing out there. Now it's one more title to get. You know what I mean?
Did you watch that during Maynard?
I was there front row, baby.
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was an amazing fight. Both guys are amazing fighters. Deja vu again. Gray had something going on. when he can hit him, but he couldn't hit him after the first round. So
what do you think he slipped up in that?
He couldn't catch him. He couldn't hit him. That was it. He must have gassed or whatever, but he just couldn't hit him. He didn't throw. He didn't pull the trigger. He didn't do anything. You know what I mean? You know, Gray's an amazing fighter. I'm not saying to take nothing away from him, but he threw punches the first round and then didn't throw any more. That was it, basically. You know, and you know, maybe he was tired. Maybe, you know, Frankie was guessing him too much or making him move a lot. But yeah, I thought, you know, he was doing fine when he should have took his opportunities in the pocket to keep firing. And sometimes Frankie was in there and he didn't fire. So.
If you were in there, what would you have done differently?
I'm not going to blow the whistle on myself right now, you know what I mean? But my whole goal would be to, you know, force Frankie to fight me in the pocket. You know, force anyone to fight me in the pocket. I love fighting in the pocket. I love it. The fans love it, and it's the real part of fighting. You know, it's a real fight, not a, you know, not a chess game. You know, it is a chess game, but I mean, you know, that's what I like to do.
It's a little bit more physical than a chess game, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Good stuff. Gilbert Melendez, thanks for talking with MMAWeekly.com.
Thank you, man.